Tyson, you withdrew from nationals. Now you're back and in the finals. How does it feel?
Yeah, it feels good. One of the last big tournaments of the year. Didn't play well the last couple of weeks. Like I mentioned in my interview, was kind of searching for confidence. Didn't think I was a guy anymore. I think there's been spurts throughout the year where I've kind of mentally not dealt with mental health stuff, and more so just was like lacking confidence, and obviously was injured and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, to see where I'm at now compared to where I was in February, like torn labrum in my hip, tore my plantar fascia, was all banged up, met with a health team, got a therapist, got my mental stuff dialed, got myself healthy again, and honestly, like I'm a super happy boy. I thought the level today that I hadn't seen that in a long time, so it's good that I can show myself that I still have that stuff, if you know what I mean. And but no, after the last 2 weeks of kind of lacking confidence, it was glorious today to be able to play the way I did and keep the level high all day.
And Tyson, we know you're obviously a veteran of the sport. How many times in your career have you noticed that kind of dip, maybe like with your mental health or confidence or whatever it is?
Yeah, so I think the dips and valleys come and go. I'm a huge believer in like surrounding yourself with a lot of good people and a lot of supportive people. I think one thing as an athlete is I have such a hard time transitioning from like being a competitor, being super confident, and then transitioning to like being a dad and like being a good listener and taking my time and like lowering the ego and all the above. So yeah, I think obviously my situation is a little different than most of the athletes on the PPA tour. I got 4 kids, a couple businesses, and travel 30 weeks out of the year. And so yeah, I'm a huge believer. I talk to my mental therapist each week. I do a lot of meditation in the morning. I do cold and hot therapy. I do a lot of things to keep myself dialed, if you know what I mean. And one thing I know is that also, if I'm not eating right, then my emotions are all over and my hormones are all over. So I'm a huge believer in like making sure that my wife and I are dialed. I'm eating right. I'm doing everything right. And I feel like if I'm in that position, I always tell myself, why not me?
And touching on your family, you gave a huge shout out to Meg in your sideline interview. So how important is it to you to have your family traveling with you, including your children?
Yeah, my wife knows this. I kind of come and go a little bit. There's certain times where I love having my kids around. There's other times where it's just a little tricky, if you know what I mean. Kind of funny, this is no flex by any means, but both my wife and I are diamond members with Delta, and our kids have flown so much that they're actually platinum members with Delta as well. So you'll see us usually in 1A through 1D, front row. Banks likes her cocktail juice, and she likes eating cookies.
And back to the match that you just played. Gabe is someone you don't normally see against you in the quarters besides when you faced him at Los Cab. How much did you study his game from the last time you played him there?
Yeah, so definitely before the semis, I think like with most players, I watched his round of 16. I watched his quarterfinals as well, and so kind of got a decent glimpse on what he was doing off the serve, what patterns he was guarding on the return. But honestly, like I was playing so well today, I was just focused on things I can control, which is myself. And usually, if you take out the variables and you just keep the level high, fight like a dog, good things happen.
And we've seen so many new faces on the tour this year. What do you think 2024 is going to look like in the quarters, semis, and finals?
I think it's going to get younger. I mean, obviously doubles. I think it takes a decent amount of time for these youngsters to kind of figure out doubles. But I think in singles, we're seeing guys come in 6 to 8 months in, and they're producing good results. They're beating top 10 guys. So they just need to go away, and I'm going to keep winning.
Facing Ben on Sunday, you've seen it before, you've done this before. Is there anything new that you're implementing?
Ben who? No, like I said in my interview, he's the ultimate go. Talk about a guy who, anytime his back's against the wall, he can always produce a level that nobody has. He can always kind of find that next notch. There's been so many times where I've played, I mean, honestly, probably like I've had at least 8 to 10 matches in singles against Ben where I've had match points, and he found a level that I have never seen. Or have, if you know what I mean. And so yeah, I just hope that I can bring my best. If I played the way I did today, I think it's going to be a very good match. But like I said in my interview as well, I'm the people's champ. He's the ultimate GOAT. And take a look at that match against Connor. Like, he was down and out. He's down 6-1 in game 2, lost game 1. Emotionally, didn't look very, very positive. And you can never count that man out. He was able to find his next level, and he rolled in game 3.
Great. Thank you, Tyson.
Thank you. Appreciate it.